All right, and welcome back once again to your weekly showing of No, Seriously, We Have to Kill Zero, the podcast.
Yup.
I am your
Oh
host,
man.
Sleepy Witch, joined by my friend
D-
here.
DJ Azur, the 2.5 to ear talk to. Oh man. And no, it's really funny because you sent me a message that said like I'm only what was it, 3 minutes in and we have to kill zero?
Yeah, I was like 5 minutes into the episode, but we'll get to that. we'll get to him later. But as
Mm-hmm.
always, this is Half Hour Henshin, where we talk about the tokusatsu we watched this week. And right now, we're basically back down to superhero time.
Mm-hmm.
And that means we're starting with our newest entry, Gavan.
Yes.
Fade's back. We got the little backstory of Yukaider, so that was his mentor's
Mm-hmm.
Emor gear that he used to transform into Gavan. So I think that's cute. I love that he's like shown back up after all this time, and I love
Yeah.
the vibe of like, okay, well, we know one person who can talk to these guys.
Oh man.
Continuing the really funny setup of dynamic between Kiki and Koto, just the fact that he shows up in the like mid fight and they're just like arguing over each other, and I love the colonel's like, hey, what did they say? And Agi just explains it super clearly.
Yeah, it's just like it's like I was like watching this like, oh my god, she just like me for reals. It's like yes, it's a mess, but it's my mess.
Yeah, and I do relate to the like, I'm not mad that you like did this. I'm mad that instead of like just telling me so that I could have fixed it, you did it yourself and just went around my back kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Very
Yeah, that's
relatable. Because there's lots of things where
very
I would
relatable.
much rather just be like, hey man, it's an accident, this happened, just tell me and we fix it. Instead of
Yeah.
like, cool, you tried to do something, now things are in ways that I don't like. Yeah, very
Yeah.
relatable. She is just like us for real, for real. I loved this episode, honestly.
Yeah, this episode was really cute. Like,
I think,
what's really funny too is that like, I could almost complain. I almost want to joke around and say like, oh man, we're not getting any like real movement on the main storyline. But we do a little bit at the end. But it's really funny because Reiji wants to get the story moving, but no, Kiki and Koto's problems are like, no, 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 we need to take care of this right now, and we get like this really cute episodic episode about it.
yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, as far as things go, I am so far. I mean, to me, the strength of the show hasn't been the story because again, we haven't been super like, oh, we're going like from point A to B. It has
Mm.
been the characters and their relationships.
Yes.
Just like last week's was really good, exploring Setsuna and Agi as like a little combo.
Mm.
This time we're seeing like a different side to Kiki and Kodo, and
Yeah.
it's adorable. I love that when he shows up and he's like, look at this new Emor gear, and you kind of say, oh my god, it's a new little guy. I love him, and you just see fucking Kodo come up behind him. Stop trying to get close to Kiki.
Yeah, I know.
Just the like, hey, know where you stand. Incredible. I love this. Also, we talked about it a little bit, but Phantom Thief Fate is back.
Yeah, like I really wasn't expecting him to show up as much as he did this episode.
I know we were talking about how we thought he might be like a one of and like, oh, maybe we'll see him in like a couple episodes or something. Didn't expect it to be the literal next episode. We're back in his dimension.
Yeah.
I do love the vibe of like him finding the emails first and being like, hey, I found this guy. Figured I might as well save you the trouble and tell you to come now.
Yeah.
And then the immediate after he hangs up, the like, hey guys, we got a distress call, and it's kind of like, we know. Cool vibe.
Yeah.
Again, interesting character. I like that he's kind of like their main like side guy, because I think he fits in really well, just being this guy who's kind of like ambiguously, he's obviously not a bad guy after that first episode we've seen, especially
Yeah.
since he ended up using the money to try to make sure that those the two ladies ended up having a good life afterwards.
Mhm.
And so, obviously, seeing him here and be like, oops, monsters going around. Let me make sure I call the people who fight monsters.
Yep. Oh man.
Adorable. Good vibe.
Yeah.
Seeing these two girls argue the entire time was also really funny because, like I said, that is a new phase to their dynamic. They've been very in sync the whole time.
Yeah, and like even Fate's like say, wait, you guys aren't normally like this.
Eh,
And
I
yeah.
love their arguing, their banter. It's all really funny. I love how it just turned into like a massive little thing, and then it gets resolved almost instantly.
It
So
really does.
we got to talk about a little bit, I guess, about a little bit of the lore we've learned. This
Mm,
time, we had an Emergear that could basically multiply its Emons, and we
mm,
find out that it doesn't have a user because there's basically pockets of this planet that have like the mass at like the mass negative emotions like congregate to like make basically like negative zones.
mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen, where it's like people's negative energies coalesce to make curses. It's people's negative emotions coalesce into these areas that then can affect Emergears negatively. Uh, which also Reiji is thinking like, oh, they're experimenting on the Emergear. It's probably Defcon.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, it's not completely, not just we'll
Well,
see.
it still may have been him. It may have been
Yeah.
him who like left the guy out there, but he wasn't like directly involved.
Mm,
But I do like this setup of hey, the worlds are like actually kind of fucked up and different.
yeah.
I'm also just very excited over this. Like, I loved. We've talked about sometimes unsuited fights are very good, and getting us
Yes.
multiple examples of like we're doing a bunch of unsuited action against these Emons who can multiply, and then we also get the like Fade and Kodo get a bunch of fighting as well.
Yeah, and Fade's little and also like it's also really funny the fact that they were doing unsuited fights because Fade's this super clean looking Phantom Thief character and these enemies just keep making like mini explosions happen and like Kodo and Fade just end up having smoke faces a lot
I
of the
love that
time.
Kodo gets hit. We get La Boop, and then like the second time, because he doesn't get hit,
Yeah.
Kodo is gonna get hit the second time, and she just grabs him and pushes him in front.
Yeah, and what's even funnier too is that what's even funnier too is that pretty much when they realize that oh yeah don't wanna which is the the force field can help it's it's like hey where's your little thing, oh you mean this thing, commandeer, just steals it and then Kodo goes to town just trapping all these things in force fields. It's like awesome.
Yep, and then I do love that when we go back, since that wasn't a permanent solution, they started blasting in the force fields, and now they're just creating more little clones in there, and so they're breaking the force fields just by like mass.
Hmm.
I thought that was really
Yeah.
clever and interesting, but I love the solution that ends up being, oh no, their negative emotions triggered the little guy, and now they got Maku space, and it's like, wait, we can just take all these guys and push
Yeah.
them into Maku space.
Yeah, that was so funny. It's like, oh man, yeah, and they
Incredible.
were so excited for it too. They're like, oh hey, yeah, this, like Reiji's like, oh no, not mocking space, but no, but Kiki and Kodo are like, oh yeah, we can use this.
And I love that that was like the like ding, they're all better, because it was like, wait, we can use this. And then we have immediately the like, I told you you were a genius. Oh god, I'm about to yawn.
Yeah,
I
and
told
then
you you were a genius.
we get like a really sick Kiki and Kodo, or sorry, Gavan and Gavan Shining and Kodo dual fight, and it is like they are like saying yeah, they're definitely in sync. It's so
Oh
sick.
yeah, we get to see a bunch of really cool like combo moves. I especially love I'm always a big sucker of the like one person dodges, the other person like jumps on top of their back to do a combo move.
Mhm.
But then we also get reminded that these girls are unhinged because we see them
Yes.
start placing something, and for a little bit I'm like, are those bombs? Oh no, they're probably not bombs. They're probably like tripwires or something to. No, they were bombs.
Yeah, they were bombs. They leveled an entire area and then used oh man, what was it called? Was it no? It wasn't Dunwada. It was like come together or something like that.
Yeah, it was like come together to
oh cuddle me,
basically
cuddle me, cuddle me.
cuddle me. That's what it was.
Yeah, and then pretty much because they blew up all the things, they revealed where the rest of these Emons were, and then basically just trap them all in the Maku space and just blow them all up at once. And honestly, it was super sick too because we see Kodo kick the Gavan blade over.
Yep. And I love this ending with, oops, Gavarian, my Gavarian blades lost in Maku space. That's gonna be a lot of paperwork. You want to get ice
Mhm.
cream? Okay. Wait, are you guys
Yeah.
just fine? It's like, oh yeah, we're just like this. And he just looks
Yeah.
around at the fucking like leveled city block that they just destroyed.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then and then we get like a really really cute high school version of them where like yeah they were always just like this.
which was adorable. I also loved seeing them like start talking about a show, and Reiji's like, okay, okay, wait, I did come here for something important, and then they just get distracted talking about the show again.
Yeah, and
So
then
yeah,
and then like yeah, and then like I said, pretty much Reiji was here for the main story, and then we finally get a little bit of it, which I completely forget that we do get post credit scenes, which is a nice touch. Honestly, I kind of
they're
like
the
this.
they're
Whereas
the
yeah,
post credit versus like also a bit of the episode next episode preview.
mhm.
Uh, it is just interesting because again we don't get an opening, we just get the ending. So we get like the end of the episode, the ending, and then what's happening at the end.
Yes,
But yeah, it looks like there's a black hole, and it looks like we have the space devil in there.
hmm
And he's probably the big boss that we were talking about. Def Gavon probably has something behind him, and he's probably the one who makes all this evil energy. We do get a little bit of like writer styling for Reiji, where he's like, "Wait, so you mean the powers that I've been using to dimension hop are evil?"
yes, and then
Uh,
and then Kiki and Kodo say like, hey, if you're doing this, we want to join in too. You can count on us. And I'm like, okay, okay.
so
So we might
excited to
finally
see.
see all three all together at
Hopefully,
once.
I mean, we're definitely seeing Setsuna next episode.
Mhm.
What is next episode going to be more actual, just monster of the week with a little bit of lore, or are we like finally getting into it? I guess we will find out.
Yeah, and it looks like it's also dealing with this Ninja Gavan.
Oh my god, yes, Ninja Kavan preview, and I do love the like, is he good? Is he evil? And I'm like, oh, sick.
Yup.
I love our sick stranger.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah, that's gonna be great. And then, yeah.
Yeah. Look at. I mean, everything's been fun. Gavan continues to be have very interesting characters, so I'm having a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, same here. We really are like just like we really are like we just keep talking about how it's really funny. It's like footing in its own storytelling. It's very it almost is like a combination of Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, where because like Kamen Rider has like these 2 episode arcs. This is we basically have like the more episodic style that we would see in Super Sentai, except with kind of like the singular hero style.
Right.
But yeah, once things come together, like we should see a lot more. Like like I said, we're still kind of waiting for the main story to really kick in, which is not a bad thing because like I said, the character work has just been just
Yeah,
amazing.
and we're tying in little hints and stuff, so we're getting stuff for the story. Uh, I'm mainly thinking about how I do want to see Aunt Gavon come back. Uh, I'm wondering how Shinobi's gonna play into things now, because it will be interesting if he ends up being more of like a neutral party kind of guy.
hmm
But his suit looks awesome. I won't lie. I do like the purple. Uh,
Yes, yeah.
but with that, we've got the setup. We've got to talk about Zets. Man, so last week we ended on "That's not your real sister," uh, and we
Man,
ended with "That's not your real family." I guess.
yeah, I can't stop I can't stop laughing over like the whole thing about like what is it just the neurodivergent
Knox.
Knox. Yeah, like I still can't stop thinking about that line you said, and it's still the funniest thing to me.
Yeah, where it's like Knox is like, well, don't worry, she's not your real sister. She's a fake, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Dude, you're
hmm
not making that better.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man.
her, getting to the end of this nightmare, him waking up and confronting everyone, and then being like, well, it was just a dream. You're not a code agent, right, Manami? Right, Manami?
Yeah, and it was like,
I'm sorry. Also, code number 17 goes kind of hard. It being on her
yes,
little cat necklace was also really cute, but at this point in time, we also find out that like she was recruited later because she didn't know about code and anything originally. This whole time,
yeah,
she has thought of Baku as her brother up until she found out that he wasn't.
yeah,
But
and but yeah,
that also
also
means that
this,
like,
yeah,
well, that means that Baku was chosen to be 7 when he was like a
mhm.
baby.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, which basically means that like, like it looks like all the single numbers were like at that weird school where they were like training them the dream training, and
Yep,
then
in some way or
she's like an
another.
auxiliary agent. Yeah, but also it's kind of crazy too because of the fact that because of this new reveal that she is she is cat related. Well, like we actually do get like the little cat eyes on her in the opening now. Like they added her to the opening. like for
which
realsies.
I'm so happy about. And then we get the beginning of the episode, and it was like peep the opening, and I was like, I saw. I
Yeah.
always pay attention to the opening, asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
love the opening. That's my one of my favorite bits.
Yeah.
No, this being set up was so interesting. Us getting like the backstory too of their parents died, and then basically immediately Zero shows up to see her and is like, I would like you to take over their jobs, watching Baku, who is not your brother. Those people were your parents. Baku is not related to you in any way, shape, or form, though.
Oh
He
my
was
god.
not their kid.
Yeah, it's so messed up, man.
Because it also
Yeah.
means that like Zero is directly responsible for the only parental figures Baku is known dying to.
Yeah.
Which still goes if the Zero is Baku's dad, this just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, I know, right?
You left them with other people. Oh no, this is so bad. And then basically you get the like, hey Manami, you could become an agent. You can watch over him. If you don't, someone else will be assigned to the case. We'll erase your memories and you'll never see him again. This was such a good and sympathetic way to like set up Manami
Mm,
because she has been incredibly good to Baku. And if all of that
yes.
was fake, it really would be like an incredible heel turn. But it's like, no, that is her brother. They were raised together. She loves him as her brother.
Yeah.
And she did this because otherwise she would have lost him.
Yeah.
Which
And it,
again, going back, we need to kill Zero
yeah.
immediately.
And it really, really paints just like at first we thought, she was just being like, overbearing with the whole like, please stop trying to help people. Like we thought it was being overbearing, but no, it's because she was a side. And like, like the fact that, like her trying to like saying no, it's like, I will stay and, watch over him. It's like, it's like it hurts her to know that, she that Baku's gonna get pulled into life one way or another. Like,
And then all of the setup with Nem and him and talking about her subconscious about how like this dream that he's having about finding the cat is something that they did that happened 2 years ago. And when he found the cat, basically that's when he got fucking hit with the meteor
yeah.
and almost died. But also, you know, Nem is talking about in her subconscious, he's still cast as her brother. He's not the agent. He's just her brother because that's how she thinks about him. I thought that was all like incredibly sweet and well set up.
Yeah.
Uh,
After that, like when we saw like the whole like let me take like can I take a furlough from this job? No, she was telling that to Zero. Like
that's what I assumed. Once we found out the code thing, I was like, oh, was she talking to Zero back then instead of like her regular job? Because there would have been
mm,
no reason for her to take off a necklace
yeah,
if she was just leaving her like acting, manager job.
mm,
But no, that was such a good setup, especially on the front of like, well, what does it matter? He's not gonna let anyone else come in even if she left, because he is already aware of code and like they wouldn't just set him up with a new handler.
yeah. And after that, and but yeah, and like that's just one part of the episode. And you know what we also got in this episode? We got Toxic Yowie.
We did. Sorry, I just connected the dots that
Go on.
she is specifically working as like a talent manager and she was also
Mm,
being like Zet's manager.
yes.
I was
Yes.
like, oh, that's actually really interesting. But yes, we did get Toxic Yaoi. We finally get the Odaka shows up in real life.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the craziest part is as Odaka literally just walks past Fujimi completely. Just walks past him and just only focus on Zets.
I
And not only that,
love
all
this
yeah.
vibe of this entire meeting. I
Yeah.
loved him being like, okay, whatever, who cares about her? And
Yeah.
he leaves. Just forget her.
And
She wasn't your family.
exactly. And not only that, like, he only refers to him as Zets. Like not even Seven, not like obviously because he hates that. It's like not even Baku. Like, just only calls him Zets.
Now, to be fair, we're not sure. Does he know
Oh,
his name is Baku?
oh, that's right. Actually, wait. No, I think they probably
He
would have known this
he
because
went to
like
the family home and he knew it was like Yorozu, but I don't think they've ever like introduced themselves to each other. He only knows he's Odaka because he's read the files and stuff.
there's that too, but I think it's also like like when we got the reveal during the recap episode, like when he was listening in, obviously like Minami was there too, so like obviously heard her call him Baku as well too.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. There's a chance he wasn't listening during that part. But I
Oh
just find
yeah,
it funny
true.
that he just might not know Baku's name.
Yeah. Also, another funny thing that I was like seeing like memes about was the whole "give me the recovery capsule."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was good.
that
I
was a
love
good
that it
one.
was like, give me the recovery caps, and we get immediately Zeke go like, actually, I made it so that you couldn't recover. Fuck you.
I know, right? Just like Jake's such an asshole. Oh my god, I
He
love
is.
it.
He is. Do love the setup of him as a villain. He is
Mhm.
incredibly annoying.
Yeah, he is so hateable.
But my big
Yeah.
thing with this toxic yaoi scene, I love the him being like, you just don't understand. Where'd your sense of justice go? You know, I'm not with the police anymore. And then I can think of it like, Fujimi, you technically aren't either.
Yeah.
Fujimi's
uh,
been fired. He's no longer a cop. Rest in peace, Fujimi.
hmm Oh man. And then we get to the big fight scene. We're back in the dream, and Minami is still looking for the cat Jekko.
Which
And
obviously means that she's gonna get turned into cat again.
mhm. Yeah, and Jink's
I
like, "You're the cat, haha."
Yep, I do love the setup of him showing up and Zeke taunting him like, "What was your mission again? Save the cat. What will you
Mhm.
do now? You can only kill her."
Yeah, it's
Uh,
so messed up.
but then obviously we start on the catastrophe. We start the fight, and then it's kind of the like, "Look, you are my sister. I will admit that you're my family, and so because of that, I have to save you." And so we get the like fucking twist in the catastrophe capsule.
Yes. Like
I was
honestly,
I
that was
love
so
seeing
hype.
that like gate be opened. That was such a
Mhm.
cool visual. And then obviously, as I was watching this. I managed to catch this one basically live, and so I
Mhm.
did tab at seeing what the people were talking about. It was like cast off, cast off, cast off. Um, yeah, the fucking suit coming off and there being the suit underneath is such a cool fucking vibe. Uh, I do think it's interesting that as he's come to this form, he's becoming more silver, just like the Lord Invokers. Again, except the fact
Yes.
that his eyes are actually open as his
Mhm.
motif versus the Lords.
Mhm.
Uh, and then just him basically being able to rewrite the fucking dream is crazy.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. Like this reminds me of a little bit. It kind of reminds me of what I forgot. It was Geats 9 that was able to do the same thing, right?
Geats 9 was able to do a lot of things. What this reminded me of also specifically was also Build Genius.
Mm.
Specifically because of the like ripping the fucking nightmare out of her.
Yes, and then and this is the first time we see Jig not smile.
Yep, he's like, wait, he can do that?
Yeah, it's like, oh,
You're no fun. And obviously, cat nightmare destroyed. Sister saved. Incredibly wholesome scene where when they wake up, she basically comes back and he's already working on breakfast, and they just sit down and have this breakfast, and it's adorable.
hmm but but I mean, kind of, but also like kind of like we got with the ending of kind of like we got with the ending of Gavon this week. It's like, oh, I'm, it's like am I using the power of a nightmare? And then G like just says the most cryptic thing. Oh, you sold your soul to a nightmare.
Yep,
You
you're
can't
not
play.
allowed
You
to have
can't
a
be a
happy
good boy.
ending. Yep.
Yeah.
With the setup of next week, it's time to finally see Zero in the flesh. I fucking adore that gif of fucking Zets just fucking running straight at him. Uh,
Yeah. Oh, also G calls Nem Nightmare Girl too. Like, oh
yep,
damn.
something is gonna
Like,
happen because he's interested in her in like ooh, your power is something that intrigues me. So,
mm,
I mean, again, we're way past the halfway point. We're at the point where things are happening and things are happening fast, and I guess we're gonna find out next week if Zero's a fraud or not.
yeah.
Uh, because that feels like
Oh
it's kind of
man.
gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Like, and also like we also still haven't officially seen Freak 3 yet. So like there's a bunch of stuff in the opening that we still are
Uh,
excited for.
Terrified about that. What will
Yeah.
happen?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen. Oh, speaking about three, I've seen a theory that three is not the real three
Oh.
because of some of the visual storytelling, the stuff that happened. If you go and you look at his original bookshelf where he's got the like I am number whatever book, like I'm number 7 books or whatever.
Yeah.
The only one on the shelf that's missing, and because they basically have 1 through 7 like the agent, or like 0 through 7 like the agents, but the
Yeah.
only one that's missing is 3. And so some people are
Interesting.
talking about how this 3 might be like the second 3, and like the real 3 maybe has disappeared and wiped their memories of them.
Hmm.
Uh, which would be crazy if true. I guess we'll find out. I just thought that was an interesting thing I saw people talk about, since we were talking about 3, and be like, I mean, if it's true, someone did think of it. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like it's actually kind of crazy because even though like some of these theories are just like out of there or just like it's kind of great what we're seeing. Like oh man, but yeah, like this storytelling, just like these big reveals have just been so good. Like honestly, ever since we started New Game Plus, this show has just blown up and just being amazing storytelling. I can't get over how good it is.
Yeah, I've been enraptured. I
Mhm.
will be watching. And with that, we will talk to you guys next week. Hopefully the episode of Avalon will come out. But if not, I mean, we've always got superhero time, right?
Yep.
And with that, we'll see you guys later.
Later.
This program is brought to you by.
Our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
You can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at Half Hour Henshin.